That is that's a very big compliment because, y'all guys could be doing a bunch of other stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And we've been here 2-3 hours. And the thing about it is I try to make it interactive. But the cool thing about it is it don't seem like I've been talking that long because I feel like I've been interacting with 2,000 people. So I truly appreciate that. That's a huge compliment. And I appreciate everybody who is part of the barbershop family that comes in to enjoy and partake. G. Bush, how you feel about the clip of Jerry Jeudy and training together this offseason? See, Young Among, remember I mentioned you earlier. I told you we was going to get to it, right? The Jags are shopping Brian Thomas. We should trade the 24 pick and then grab a left tackle with the 6. I wouldn't have a problem with that. A lot of these trades and different things that you can see will have it'll have a profound way that you look at the draft. Because then you'll start to look at the draft and say, I'm going to have to figure this. Like you be like, oh, we can go a lot of different routes. Micah 3 Illuminati became a member today. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And welcome to the family. P93 became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and welcome you to the family as well. Miss Bell, so credible in the building. They got fired. That credible boy. So credible. It was so credible. It was incredible how quickly they got moved on. P. Rothstein, anybody, Shedeur Sanders, crazy work. Malik Willis couldn't even get to a Power 5 conference, and you talk about replacing a 5-star recruit college star with a career backup. Stop it. With 6 games, P. Rothstein. With 6 games played, but they want $40 million. Come on now. The real Night King. Geno has been ass. He's only had one good season. They had the number 1 pick for a reason. Let that sink in. Coach got fired. Max Crosby was traded. They're drafting a quarterback. And you're talking about Geno Smith comes in and looks like Shedeur Sanders as he can win that job. You better stop. I'm done with our local media. I'm listening to these delusional haters. I'm only listening to G. Bush and Tony Rizzo because everyone else is a liar and I'm sick of it. Lying is a harsh accusation. Sometimes I could think, I'll say they're a little bit misguided. A little bit misguided in their judgment at points. I think I would call it that. But I appreciate you pulling up G. Bush. Hey, look, I always tell people, always question, always do your research. We don't foster some sort of blind allegiance over here. I'm not infallible. I'm not above reproach. I'm not right all the time. I always tell you, you shouldn't listen to nobody 1,000%. If they spot on and you've done your research and you understand, then by all means, if you agree, you agree. But I don't never blindly agree with nobody. Do your research, be well learned, and do your homework. And then we could be wrong on certain things, but be always question. I ain't taking nobody's word for it. That's the way you're supposed to go about it. You know what I'm saying? So now we just showing desperation for content. My block list is growing fast. Beautifully blessed. I couldn't believe the Geno Smith though. The Geno Smith is wild work. A little bit. We couldn't do that today. Negative consequences. Relying on pipe dreams can lead to a destructive sense of failure when the fantasy crashes against reality, resulting in chronic disappointment. Oh, that was deep. Like when you start going for these Hail Marys, there's a level of desperation. One of the things that taught me is dating apps is like that because dating apps give you instant gratification. See, sometimes when you looking and you're in a place where you're lonely and you may be getting over a heartbreak, the quickest thing to do is just get on a dating app and you can swipe left or right. Well, I like that person. Well, this person's cute. Well, that person looks nice. I'd like to meet that person. That don't work in real life, bro. Like you start to realize, bro, I keep going on 1,000 first dates. And you're going on 1,000 first dates because the dopamine is always there. It's a new person. It's interesting. You're at a different restaurant. You're meeting somebody for the first time. You're having a conversation. Your dopamine is going off. You're thinking about all the good things you think about this person. None of the stuff that comes with the downside of knowing somebody and getting used to them. And you just continue to be a habitual dater. That's the thing about Cleveland Browns fans in the media and in this town. It's a spike in your dopamines. It's talking about something that the NFL has told you is important. It's almost like giving you dessert. It's a bunch of chocolate cake every single day, cheesecake every single day. And you talking about and imagining Josh Allen with the Browns. What if Lamar Jackson was here? What if it was Geno Smith? And then you get to the point, it don't even be good food. You just allergic to sweets. Ain't even cheesecake. You just eating candy bars now. You done devolved and just put the teaspoons of sugar on everything. You're like, bro, it's Geno Smith. You laugh at Geno Smith, just like you laugh at Kenny Pickett. And those are the guys you're bringing in? No, bro, you're just addicted to talking about things that ain't going to matter, bro. That's not happening. G. Bush, Cleveland media is disgrace to Cleveland. Hey, I think we are being diminished. And guess what? I'm part of the media. I would love to be diminished. I would love nothing more than to have a franchise quarterback and the Browns are good and we need to figure out a way to get to the Super Bowl. We know that we're a perennial playoff team. We know that we can beat teams in the regular season. I want a particular place where we get to where we know who the coach is, we know who the quarterback is, and we just trying to get to the Super Bowl. That is boring. I want boring because boring is success. I don't want to be sitting here talking about new quarterbacks every 5 minutes. Why you think we went through the draft? I would rather talking about draft guys that I can get other than talking about quarterbacks who are pipe dreams. I would like us to all be diminished. Same Suki. We headed towards a flawless victory. Flawless. Perfect. Yeah, man. 13-0. 13-0 going into the draft too. Better yet, how does a QB that had no reps do better than the quarterbacks that had all the reps on the first team all line? But somehow he's got to come out doing worse. Thank you. And the part that they tell on themselves is this. I'm going to give you a heads up. A lot of them are not even interested in seeing if he can play. See, the goal from the get-go was to stop him from even getting a chance to show what he can do. Remember all the comments? If he plays and if he gets in, it's going to be 6 times worse than Dylan Gabriel. Remember all that? Remember when Kevin Stefanski took him out, didn't even let him play in the preseason game after the Rams game when they said he's running backwards? Yeah, you wanted to cement that in everybody's mind. He was running backwards. Remember all that? Remember they talked about that for 6 months? And then when he had an opportunity to lead a team and lead a drive, he takes him out to put in Huntley, who's got cut the next week. Why would you play Huntley and he got cut the next week knowing he was going to get cut? Because it wasn't about playing Huntley. It was about keeping Shedeur off the field. By the way, old dogs don't find new tricks. He found a way to do it in the Titans game when it mattered. He still took him off the field to run a wildcat reverse throwback pass to a guy and Quinshon Judkins is not a quarterback. You got a man. If it would have worked, you guys wouldn't have said it didn't work, you dummy. Kind of stupid noise is that? That just goes to show you ain't drew up a play in your life. If I'm a defender and I'm playing, and Shedeur Sanders is out here cooking me for 365, walking up and down the field, putting the ball on the money, dropping dimes in the snow, do you think I want to see Shedeur Sanders on the opposite side of the field, or I want to see a running back throwing a backwards pass? Idiots. You calculator, pocket, home pilot dudes get on my nerves. Y'all ain't even that smart when it come to math. You just make up stats. Some of us went to business school. I ain't say no names. I ain't say no name. Just keep it moving. Gee, I'm in South Florida working for a few months, and every Dolphin fan I talk to that find out I'm in Cleveland say they love 12. P. Rossi, they're Ravens fans, Steelers fans, Cardinals fans, fans in Africa, fans in India, fans in Ireland, all watch the barbershop all around the world. They love them. That's the part that people is starting to slowly change. Like, guys, come on, man. These ain't just fans of the Browns. Like Angus, best thing Browns to do is to play Shedeur for a competition. If he balls, we found a quarterback. If not, they'll be positioned to get another one. These talking points are noisy gongs and clanging cymbals. You know what's crazy? It's like, look over there, it's a blue dolphin. Come on, man. You guys knew you knew well you weren't gonna get no quarterback like that. And to be truthful, they're not even interested in giving him the record. They actually hope some of the stuff they say that Andrew Berry will do, because it'll handcuff the quarterback and won't give him a legitimate chance to show what he can actually do, because they're not interested in seeing that. No, there would be no other reason why you would say get rid of Deshaun Watson, because they get rid of him so you have less cap money to go get offensive linemen and receivers. The only reason you want to do that is because you want to get Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders off the books. But you guys aren't that smart. I don't know why you feel like you playing three-dimensional chess. You know, it's so funny. One of the best scenes in Game of Thrones is when Tywin Lannister, the matriarch, or the patriarch, sorry about that, of House Lannister, is the hand of the king. His grandson, Joffrey, is the king. young king, a petulant king that doesn't know what he's doing, and his mother, Cersei, who's also a petulant child who thinks she's smarter than she is, does not know how to control the king, and she's out here playing, she thinks she's playing three-dimensional chess. Tywin Lannister tells her, you know what? It ain't the fact that you think that I don't put you in the throne, or why you think I don't put enough responsibility in your table is because you're a woman. Ain't got nothing to do with it. It got to do with you think you smarter than you are. It's the most dangerous person in the world. The most dangerous person in the world is a person who believes they're smarter than everybody, because that means that person has too many blind spots. Instead of double checking the list, looking and figuring out if it's faulty before you say it, do the research, and then still have a little bit of error. You like, listen, I don't know. Look, if I'm the prediction guy, right? Now watch this. This is how people fall into a trap. I just said I'm the scorekeeper. See, a lot of y'all would go out there and mess yourself up, because then you would start trying to predict everything. What did I tell you when it came to the coaching search? I don't know what they're going to do. I'll just wait and see. What did I tell you when it comes to the draft? I don't know what they're going to do. Browns could draft anybody. They trade back, do all. You know why? Because I don't know. Those are the people that survive. You do that, because what will happen is you'll start arguing just to be right. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ms. Bell, who'd fire someone that they owe millions? My dog has a to bark for his keep. Deshaun Watson will have pom-poms cheer for me before I let him sit at home talking to talk. Why would you? First and foremost, just because you aren't good does not mean you can get rid of somebody's salary. He didn't turn out to be good. He had injuries. It's part of the game. Continue to move on. What good does sending him home do? The reality of the situation is that thought process, it's a level of arrogance to even say that. That's a level of, I'm going to show you I'm in charge. What do you mean? You're not in charge. You're not. What good does being punitive at that way do anything for you? It just doesn't. It's extremely obviously who's doing these for clicks and views. This ish is getting beyond ridiculous. Silly season. At least we don't have to be raged about it. We can laugh and have fun about it. Just, no harm, no foul. Grown man bars are something you got to deal with. All the media hating don't equal up to this G. Bush real ish. Dom DeMarco. Like that. Shout out to Jay Black, by the way. These little film reviews. Shout out to Jay Black. And by the way, 50 Cent and the T.I. beef. Hey, 50, bro, you got to come with some music. The whole family's on your head, bro. And I told you about that boy, Damani. He's rapping like a young J. Cole right now. He's not playing with y'all. Good gracious. That boy, Damani, just dropped another one. You letting King? Don't let Major get out. This is crazy work. Dr. Green, media started to change their tone. You were right, G. Bush. They starting to come around little by little. Dr. Green, you have no choice. Always remember. Now, I used to study politics. Not in terms of, let me get this straight. Not in terms of, Republican and Democrat. I used to study the way politics was done in this country. I went to Buckeye Boys State. We did a simulated government. I'm interested in the way the political process happens. And one of the things that we talk about is when you got to have the political capital, the political currency to do certain things. If you're a new person on Capitol Hill and you think you're about to come in and change the world, you're not, because you're not going to vote alone. You're not going to vote outside of party line. The only time you're going to vote outside of party lines is when it becomes politically a poison pill. Somebody in your party did something so crazy that you can't even stand next to it, because everybody is generally overwhelmingly say, no, you can't do that. So this is the same way this works. Nobody will remember in March how many quarterbacks we threw out. That's the calculus. People have short attention spans. The only thing that matters is 1 or 2 weeks. So they can throw out any name, but then they could change the tune right when it gets to time to start playing football. When it becomes painfully obvious, you know what's going to happen. You do understand why we getting here. If the Browns keep the same quarterback and start winning, it exposes Kevin as a real issue. But if they switch quarterbacks, they can blame bad quarterback play to protect Kevin and keep the narrative, oh, boy, you cooking. You see how y'all cooking? What they don't want to deal with, and here's one thing that they have to deal with, is this. If the Cleveland Browns kept Shedeur Sanders, and the Cleveland Browns kept Deshaun Watson, and the Cleveland Browns kept Andrew Berry, and the Cleveland Browns kept Jerry Jeudy, and the Cleveland Browns, even Dylan Gabriel's still here. Who's the only person that's gone? Well, We don't even need to answer that. So Mike, the Cleveland Browns think he was the problem? I'm just saying. Maybe they thought Deshaun Watson was bad because of, who was this coach? I'm just saying. Don't pay attention to little old G. Bush. I just talk. Dr. Green saw Shedeur working out with Judy. When he done, tell him to drive down the road to get some work with Burrow. So funny. Nowadays, you're going to see a lot of other people. You're going to see a lot of other receivers getting to Texas or wherever they at. You're going to see a lot of other dudes. And this is what I like about Shedeur. Keep doing your thing, young man. The players will tell you who the starter is. I keep going back to the Game of Thrones. Tywin Lannister, the hand of the king, very wise man, told somebody, I'm the king. He said, a man who has to tell everybody he's the king is no king. A person who has to say that they're a leader means they have no leadership. A person who is, lives and walks in it. The people choose you. The people choose their king. That's how it happens. You can have an army. You can have all of that. But if the people support you, ain't not an army going to do nothing with you. Because when them people come to the walls, they're going to say, oh, no, you're not about to get in our kingdom. This is our king. We all together. But if you treat your people bad, if it's famine, if it's poverty, if you execute people in public, why you think that they gave them the gladiator games? It's a beautiful distraction. The people choose who their leader is. It's the same with a football team. Go ask the rest of the starters who they think it is. I ain't heard somebody say Dylan Gabriel yet. I ain't heard nobody say Deshaun Watson yet. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just G. Miss Bell, G. Bush and Tyvis called it. You both said better. You said with better coaching, Judy would come around. I had him on the next thing smoking. Hence, why I'm a member. See, we said that. You said it. Now you're gonna get an opportunity to see who it is. You get an opportunity to see who's talking about what, because now Shedeur Sanders is stamping it like, yo, I'm gonna make sure you eat. Out on the prowl. Shedeur is the avatar for a group of people his haters don't care for. Also, the quarterback replacements are all black, as the preempt being called on that out for that basis. Well, man, listen, people. I always tell people will use who they want. Look no further than Dylan Gabriel. They used him like a human shield. Actually, it's nasty work how they did him. See, this is what you got to understand about the media. They'll build you up and they'll tear you down in the next second. Dylan Gabriel was used as a blocking tool. He was just the person that was supposed to keep Shedeur off the field. So then what do? You got to make him you got to inflate his ability. You got to juxtapose what he does based on what another dude don't do. You build him up he's a supercomputer, everybody talking about it. And then all of a sudden, the same people that told you all of that, wrote all of them articles, is now telling you they need to cut, trade, and get Dylan Gabriel out of here. Really? What changed? I didn't think Dylan Gabriel was good. I told you that. Even I didn't say cut him. See, but you got to understand, they weren't trying to be fair. That wasn't an intellectual argument. That was a block argument. So now, it's egg on my face because guess what it looks. Here's what happens. If you preach for Dylan Gabriel and he's still on the roster, it's a reminder of what you said prior. It's a permanent reminder that you told us this. So now you want him to be gone, so we can imagine it never happened. Kind of like imagining we didn't know he threw for 360 yards. We didn't see that. Monroe Freeling at number 6. I like Monroe Freeling. I like it. Ms. Bell, hey, Sean King and Shedeur did this without you telling him. By the way, let's be clear. We said it's tongue in cheek. Let me tell you something. I got to throw this out here. Shedeur Sanders don't need no advice. Let me just keep it real. He don't need no advice. Let's not act like his dad is not plugged in, is one of the greatest to do it. Let's not act like he don't got access to Emmitt Smith. He don't have access to Marshall Faulk or Warren Sapp or Michael Irvin or Tom Brady. Let's not act like see, this is the thing. Sometimes I don't be liking that. Don't strip this man's medals like he don't know. You don't listen. Let me just tell you, any quarterback coach, Shedeur Sanders got access to him. Any quarterback that done something in this league from Steve Young to he got access to him. The best trainers, the best thoughts. Listen, his father is one of the greatest athletes of all time. Why do you feel like you got to give him some sort of, I don't know, media training or advice bro, he don't need no advice, bro. He understands exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Because guess what? He down here working out, getting his money off. He don't need me to tell him that or nobody to tell him that. Put the work in. He know what type of time we on. Unless you're getting a first next year, I don't want trade back. So we need to trade up in this time. A fixed offensive lineman and Jeremiah Smith next year would be fire. Listen, I'm fine with standing right there and taking a person too, saying so. I'll do it. Let's do it. Sassy Southern Creations, ATL. Good morning, G, Rosie, and the new Cleveland crew. We appreciate you, Sassy Southern Creations. Shout out to the ATL contingency. The BET Awards, Esquire Awards. They're not playing with you down there. Get it together, Kevin. Mock draft time, Dr. Green. We appreciate you. Dr. Green, Reggie Virgil. Put it on the tape. Texas Tech wide receivers. He's still late in the draft. The brother is smooth. You're going to like him. We got to go check him out. We will take all suggestions. You know, we go back to the taping. We go look at that. G. Bush for the Browns GM. A+ draft. Kaiserman 12 Browns. Would be a massive if we can get a first round next year. Listen, I told you, we fleeced them. Who did we fleece today? We fleeced the Panthers. Trade down by far would be the best option to 9 through 20. I agree. We fleeced them. We got a first round pick. We got picks this year. That first round fleecing is going to go down in barbershop history. Barbershop history, that fleecing is going to go down. Jeff the Smith. Hey, G. Bush, do you think it's out of pocket to want Sonny Styles for the number 6 overall? We did that too. We took Sonny Styles in one of our mock drafts. He's a one in a lifetime player, Hall of Fame potential. He makes our defense be top 5. We went that route. Hey, listen, depending on what they do, it wouldn't matter. Carson Schwarzenegger they picked last year. I didn't know who Carson Schwarzenegger is. I said, I don't know who this is. This is why it worked. Carson Schwarzenegger is a monster. So I'm going to just sit back and watch like y'all and see what they do and how they going to move, because there's a lot of ways they can go. Chef Shay says, G. Bush, I'm watching from the beginning. I'm like an hour in, but when Shedeur win the job and go back to number 2, the world would be on fire. Oh, he might. I got a hunch that might be in the works. Remember, Boog asked me specifically at number 2, Diddy Truck. Save time and money on your next truck rental. Nationwide with Diddy Truck. Compare prices from companies like U-Haul, Penske, and budget at the same time. That's Diddy Truck. Go to diddytruck.com for more information. I don't know if I did that correctly, but shout out to Diddy Truck. You know what I'm saying? We listen. We ain't no haters, man. We'll let you know. We'll put that commercial out there too. We will promote. Appreciate you. Mr. Grimble. I think his free agent quarterbacks will not come to Cleveland because they respect 12 position. Only quarterback coming to Cleveland will be a draft pick. Geno Smith, Kyler Murray, C.J. Stroud, Richardson ain't good. They've been trash. Yeah, I think more. We kind of projected that when we took a late round quarterback in the draft. But other than that, yeah, come on now. You're not about to do that. We're not about to get none of them dudes. CC Clark 8280. Real talk, I trade Caleb for 12 in a heartbeat. People, I think you're a Dallas guy too. You talk about the Cowboy. Look, I'm telling you, the Browns could be open for business. And we fleeced a couple of people. This is so tiring. The Cleveland media keeps pushing anyone but 12. Everyone with the IQ of a gnat knows Jimmy is not getting rid of his ATM number 12. Also, 12 being quarterback 1 is good for business. Miss Melanated, we let people eat. We let them live. We let them live. This content. How we always talk about, the people always ask me, I always tell you, they say, G. Bush, how is your life behind closed doors? You work with all these people. I said, bro, this is like being an industry rapper. An industry rapper, people be running around and their music, they be shooting up their terror, shooting up places, selling bricks and drugs off the iPhone. They know the plug. They know Sosa himself. They got the goons. They affiliated. And then you see them in church on Sunday and they be like, man, praise the Lord, G. Bush. Hey, listen, they put that little money right in the collection plate. You be like, bro, I thought you was a certified thug. Bro, this is industry. My relationships are great. It's just all content. You gotta learn that. All content. With that being said, we appreciate you guys hanging around. We appreciate you. We had a little fire alarm. But I thought this was a very interesting show. If you love the show this week, let us know. By the way, Rosie, do we have a super chatter today? Super chatter today is brought to you by Diddy Truck, right? Let's go. Let's see. Super chatter today. Go to bushlinebeauty.com if you want this shirt. You can get this Nike shirt. We've sent all the rest of them. If you want this, go to bushlinebeauty.com, bushlinebeauty.com. It goes to P. Rothstein, anybody but Shedeur narrative and crazy work. Malik Willis could even get to a Power 5 conference, and you're talking about replacing a 5-star recruit, college star, with a career backup. Stop. Pete Rothstein, we appreciate you. We will send this out. Hit us up at fifthdimensionmedia1@gmail.com, fifthdimensionmedia1@gmail.com, and we will get your size, your information, and where we can send this to so we can get that out to you. If you want the shirt, you can go to bushlinebeauty.com. And if you want to advertise, we do got some partners coming up. Shout out to our partners. We're working on some things. But as always, one of our big partners, we got to put them out there. Let me make sure I get this down. One of our partners, we just renewed our relationship with them. And shout out to them. And we keep it a buck. Let's go. Where we at? Here we go. And of course, the barbershop is sponsored by Phenomenal Barbershop. Call my man Jason, 216-385-8861, 216-385-8861. Phenomenal Barbershop, located at 11827 Detroit Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio, 44107. People always ask me, G. Bush, where you get your hair cut? I always got to tell them I get it done, and it's in a phenomenal way. Go to Phenomenal Barbershop. Jason, big Browns fan, season ticket holder. And by the way, congratulations. He got like 2 or 3 beauty salon now, too. So he got about 2 or 3 beauty salons. So check out my man Jason. You want to know where you get your cut. Private appointments, bookings, he get it online and get it done. Go to Phenomenal. With that being said, you never know what G. Bush might show at radio, television, internet, but you want a fresh cut on sports? Make sure to keep watching the barbershop because I keep the Clippers with me. Have a good rest of your evening. And as always, you know what it is. You know what it is. Go Browns.